45% of new owners have come home to a car that won't start. Not a mechanical failure, not an accident, the car simply went to sleep and never woke back up. And the strange part? Kia knew about it before the first customer ever took delivery. This is the story of the second-generation Kia Telluride, the car that just dropped its beloved V6 for a turbocharged four-cylinder, and the car that's quietly becoming one of the most talked about ownership experiences in the segment. Some of what you're about to hear will make you want one immediately. Some of it will make you check a door jam sticker before you sign anything. Let's get into it. When the original Telluride launched back in 2019, it did something almost no three-row SUV had managed before. It made a mainstream family hauler feel like a luxury vehicle. Buyers didn't just tolerate it, they loved it. The smooth V6, the boxy Land Cruiser-inspired styling, the interior that punched way above its price tag. So when Kia announced the second generation would retire that V6 entirely, a lot of loyal owners got nervous. Emissions regulations forced the issue. In its place a 2.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, and for the first time ever, a full hybrid option built right here in Georgia. That's a big swing. The question every shopper is asking is simple: did they pull it off, or did they trade the thing people actually loved for a compliance box check? Here's where it gets interesting, because the honeymoon period and the 6-month reality check are two very different stories. The single biggest complaint, by a wide margin, has nothing to do with the engine. It's the auxiliary battery. Owners park the car for a day, maybe two, and come back to a completely dead 12-volt battery, sometimes needing the physical key just to get the door open. That sounds like a random defect. It isn't. It traces back to two very specific culprits: capacitive door handle sensors that refuse to power down, and the digital key 2.0 system aggressively pinging a paired Apple Watch or iPhone sitting nearby in the house. The car, in a sense, never actually goes to sleep. But here's what surprised us: this isn't a mystery Kia is ignoring. There's already a dealer fix, Service Action SAW 646, that recalibrates those door sensors, plus a software update to the digital key pulling logic. If your Telluride was built before April 10, 2026, this is worth checking before you ever leave the lot. Now, about that new engine. Roughly a quarter of owners report a real, noticeable hesitation pulling away from a stop, almost a full 2-second delay before the turbo spools and the power actually arrives. Car and Driver will tell you the mid-range torque makes this thing feel quick in everyday driving. Kelley Blue Book pushes back hard, saying the off-the-line lag is real and that even the paddle shifters don't fix it. Two respected outlets, two completely different conclusions from driving the same car. That tells you something. This is a genuine personality quirk, not a rumor. That sounds like a deal-breaker, until you hear the mechanics' take. The dual injection system, mixing traditional direct injection with old-school port injection, was specifically engineered to prevent the carbon buildup that plagues most modern turbo engines. So the throttle hesitation is a real annoyance. But the long-term durability story underneath it is actually solid. Then there's fuel economy. The hybrid is rated at 32 highway. Drive it at 75, 80 miles an hour the way most Americans actually drive on the interstate, and owners are seeing that number fall to the low 20s. The small engine under constant boost at those speeds just isn't in its efficiency sweet spot. This is the gap between an EPA sticker and a real commute, and it's bigger here than most competitors. But the most serious issue isn't a battery or an engine. It's a recall that stopped sales outright. On certain hybrid SX Prestige models with the executive package, a software logic error let the power-folding second-row seats keep folding even if they detected an obstruction, including a child. Only 568 units are affected, and Kia moved fast with a stop sale, but if you're cross-shopping the sister Hyundai Palisade, you already know why this one hit so hard. There was a tragic incident tied to the same mechanism on that platform. 3 more recalls stack on top of that: a seatbelt retractor that can lock up and stop extending, a third-row buckle that may not latch, and early front seat frames that didn't meet strength requirements in testing. None of these are exotic problems. They're the kind of thing that gets caught and fixed in a first-year production run, but they matter enormously if you're looking at an early build. Every single one of these issues traces back to the same production window. Which means the fix for almost all of them is the same: know your build date. That silver manufacturing label on the lower driver's side door jamb tells you everything. Anything built before April 10, 2026 carries meaningfully more risk across the battery, the door sensors, and the software logic recalls. Anything after that date has already had the fixes baked in at the factory. Now for what owners actually love, because there's a lot of it. Second-row legroom beats nearly every rival in the segment. The cabin is genuinely quiet, hushed enough that reviewers keep bringing it up unprompted. The 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty is one of the strongest financial safety nets in the industry. And the myth that this four-cylinder is underpowered? Reality check: 311 pound-feet of torque is 49 more than the old V6 produced. This engine is stronger low-end, it just delivers that strength with a slight delay. If you're shopping, the sweet spot is the SX Hybrid. You get the full 329 horsepower hybrid system, the Meridian audio system, the 360-degree camera, without stepping up to the 21-inch wheels on the X-Line that noticeably stiffen the ride. Budget-conscious buyers should look hard at the X Hybrid AWD instead, around $48,000. Which keeps the efficiency and towing capability without the luxury markup. Skip the base LX gas. It's a fine price point on paper, but you're missing the dual-screen dashboard, stuck with cloth and synthetic seats, and that torque number actually makes front-wheel slip more noticeable under hard acceleration. The rule that matters more than any trim decision: buy a Telluride built after April 10, 2026. That single date separates a car that needed a few dealer visits to sort itself out from a car that's already had those fixes rolled in at the factory. Before you sign anything, get written confirmation that service action saw 646 and any applicable seat and seatbelt recalls have already been completed. Not promised, completed. So does the new Telluride live up to the original? Mechanically, the bones are genuinely strong, a warranty that rivals can't touch, a hybrid system with real everyday efficiency, and a cabin that still feels like it costs more than it does. But this is a first-year redesign in every sense, complete with the software growing pains that come with one. Buy smart, check that door jamb, and you're getting one of the best family SUVs on the market. Buy blind, and you might be calling a locksmith before your first tank of gas runs out.